Russell V. Scoop here, bringing you more of the news from KSW. I'm a little delayed at the moment, and I apologize, but King Greatness is a very important man, and he's very hard. Oh, wait, here he is now. King Greatness, a moment of your time, please.
Scoop, moment anytime you need it.
All right, we are now 1 week removed from the Grand Gathering. And KSW done a lot of big things up there, including, establishing ourselves back at the top. We would like your take on the matter.
Grand Gathering as a whole, outstanding time. I had a great time catching up with a lot of my friends and a lot of who I consider family, right? Because that's what we are, a brotherhood in KSW. But before I do it all, let me start like this, Mr. Scoop. I am King Greatness of the legendary and the infamous KSW. I am Mr. One Take. I'm so one take, I'll go live. I don't even care. Now, your thoughts on the Grand Gathering, King Greatness? Well, here's my thoughts. Outstanding time, caught up with some brothers. I enjoyed myself completely, met some new friends. And hey, we was on a recruiting project, and y'all just didn't know that. We recruited who we got, and hey, I'm so happy to get Bobby over. We'll get that in a minute, I have a feeling. But what I want to tell you right now is about the Grand Gathering. How about Angelina Lynn? Stepping up to the plate, going ahead and winning the Tornado Tag event, and I am so happy for her. Congratulations, Queen Angelina Lynn. You got the win, and now you are #1 contender for the Tornado Tag Team Championships. And what about King Pink? What about King Pink? He sits down in a triple threat with Patrick Mullivan, John Pulverino, and my goodness, King Pink, he controls the entire match. Say what you will about John Pulverino, but the greatest mind in the business got out-fought against King Pink. Yeah, you know it. You was bitter. It's all good. We still love you, JMP. Now, what about my boy, the Chester, right? The Chester goes on to win the Grand Battle, the first ever. Snur, what up? Loudmouth Leo, what up? You played your way to a wonderful tournament. I was proud of you too. I was so happy for you as well. But I mean, how do you not be happy for your Chester? We slap this man around, we clown on him all the time, and he finally pulls the big W, and now he's sitting in a world title shot driver's seat. Congratulations to you as well. And let's make no doubt about it, because King Pink gets his title shot first, you will be playing King Pink, regardless of who the champion is. Shady Jeff, if it was handed back to you, then great for you. Congratulations. I have no idea how this happens, but good job. And then, of course, if it's Sami Callihan, and y'all want it to be Sami Callihan because the mouthpiece has some stuff to say, because he's been abusing my GM, John Lates, over the LFF. Because the true GM of KSW, of course, is still a Jester. But I do have some thoughts. See, the Fatal 4-Way that King Greatness stepped in for the Underworld Championship, this was the only miss of the Grand Gathering. The only miss was King Greatness and sat down at a table full of 3 other amazing players and go ahead and take out the Underworld Championship back home to the KSW where it belongs. King Cole, unfortunately, what up? So King Greatness, what he did was, before the match, I was approached by Maynard, and I was approached by the Bombada, and I was approached by Shane Strickland, and 2 of the 3 of those said, let's just bring the title back home to Kentucky. Regardless if it's in Louisville or KSW, let's bring it back home to Kentucky. Now, this didn't happen, as you clearly know. Congratulations, Bombada. That's the only time you'll hear me not say Bombada. You retained your championship. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. But what King Greatness did was carry the entire match for you. See, the show stealer, the true money maker, and I'll get to you in a minute. The true money maker brought the crowd meter up. Now, you got Schoolboy in the first turn of the game. Thank goodness you kicked out, because wasn't no one going to help you, bum. But then after that, it was King Greatness, King Greatness, King Greatness, King Greatness, and then you slide in and you take his win. Now, here's my problem with what Maynard and Strickland said to me behind the curtain. That's right, I'll bring you full-fledged. I don't care. Bring the title back home to Kentucky. Well, when King Greatness rolls his 13 on Jacob Maynard, no one else had to help him kick out Shane Strickland. If Shane Strickland doesn't help Jacob Maynard kick out, where's the title laying? On this shoulder right now. But that's not the thing. Congratulations, Bombada. I dominated the match. You swoop in for the win with a quick roll-up on me. Hey, man. Everybody knows who was the money maker in that match. Sometimes Shawn Michaels lost at WrestleMania, but we all knew who we came to see at WrestleMania. Nonetheless, congratulations as well to the big guy and Stephen Hines. Stephen Hines, I've said a lot of words about you. You said something back to me, and I do respect you, and you know it's a respect thing. And the big guy, man, so happy to get to know you as well at the Grand Gathering. Congratulations. But I will say this, after the big guy beat the big guy, only one, beat the Chester and the King in that tag team in the round of 8, I know y'all had it won. But at the same time, midway through that game, you said, man, we're in there with the big boys right now, didn't you, Steve? And that's why your nerves was running so hard. You know, when you step against the best, you better bring your A game. Hines didn't, but like there was an A+++++ game brought by the big guy. But congratulations, and we'll see you all soon. The Chester and GM ain't done. We coming for them tag team titles, and it's all for fun.
All right. You alluded to it a little bit earlier, sir, there, King Greatness. But the recruitment drive. Bobby Ohio. Bobby Mother-Loving O, the crowd meter champion. Much love for our boy. But I know he's one of your fan favorites because he's not afraid to spit back at you.
Man.
How do you feel about having him in the fold, in the family, if you will?
For real, me and Bobby O was beefing on the way, and not even a mad beef, but just like Bobby O was one of the men that stepped up to King Greatness on this microphone, in this video, whether it was live or not, I don't care, but he stepped up. And he said, King Greatness, and then he ran his mouth. That was respect. See, because King Greatness answered back. Now, Bobby O didn't respond, but he didn't have to. At the Grand Gathering, King Greatness brought it to him again. But Bobby O, one of the biggest personalities in the entire LFF. And you seen what I said on Bobby O's post earlier today. I respect Bobby O. Bobby O's a different player than when you played him last year. See, Bobby O doesn't run in fear. Bobby O can say what he needs to on this microphone, and he can get his point across. And when you beat Bobby O now, you are getting a whole new level of respect. See, because Bobby O is a part of the KSW. And I'll throw the O up only for Bobby O. See, because the CCW, the Rust Belt, whatever they're called, who cares? They lost their best weapon. And he came to KSW. See, we have big things planned for Bobby O, and I am so happy that I got a new brother in the KSW, and he goes by Bobby O. And before you ask another question, Scoop, the GM Chester requested that I do this. Mr. McRae, I understand that you needed King Greatness to step out on a limb and ask you to join KSW. And I'm going to ask you to join KSW. Please, Mike Ryan, please join KSW in What Up. But I'm going to say this. I feel like this is a little ploy here to get King Greatness to step out on a limb and ask just so you can deny. Now, if you do deny, I'm going to be really disappointed. See, because the Chester talked to King Greatness and he says, I got to do something big. I came back to KSW to be the GM once again, and I got to do something bigger than what I've done before. And I've already hosted Gen Con World Champs. I've already hosted Underworld Champions. I've already hosted #1 contenders playing against champions. I've got 2 #1 contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship. He said, but I got to do something big. I was like, Chester, you do. You got to do something big. What do you do bigger? And he says, you know what? I don't want KSW to be a faction anymore. And I said, you're tripping, bro. We are the faction. He says, no. KSW, under my regime anymore, will now be known as a brand. Bobby Ohio, what up? And we want it to be a worldwide brand. So, Ian, this is me asking you, as a king, to the man that can ride, go ahead. Stop trying to steal our talent and join what we have already established to be great. With you, we are worldwide, and with you, you already stand beside the brothers that you know you have. So Mike Riot, come on, my man. And fun fact, side note, if you say no, the Chester's cheek is going to be awfully red the next time we cut one of these promos. Next question.
All right. While we were at the Grand Gathering, I noticed a bit of a tag match that brought me some interest. I saw Mike Riot and the Boss teamed up against you and King Cold. Is there still any animosity left between you and Cold?
Of course there is. What are you talking about? I carry King Cold to win a big-time tag team title match. It wasn't a title match, but, the title was that, let's go spoiler alert, Steve Rest, I'm putting you out there right now, my man. If we were to beat Mr. Riot and Mr. Rest in this tag team match, that King Greatness and King Cold would get an additional finish. How many times did people ask me at the Grand Gathering, King Greatness, do you only have one finish? Yes I do. Now we have two, because King Greatness put King Cold on his back and he carried him to an amazing crowd meter of 5 match against Mr. Riot and Mr. Rest, and King Greatness did what he was supposed to do. He put Mr. Rest on his back and he pinned him 1, 2, 3. So look out for King Cold and King Greatness' finish is coming soon. But yeah, I have a problem with King Cold. He messaged me the other day and he said, hey, put out the microphone. Our beef is still real. Let's get in the ring. Buddy, you think you've won this war of words? You think you talked your way into a match against the KSW World Heavyweight Champion? And make no doubt about it, it's LFF World Heavyweight Champion, and then it is KSW World Heavyweight Champion. That's the pecking order of belts in this LFF community. So King Greatness, having the KSW Championship, said, hey man, if you go out and you do some big things in the Grand Gathering, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to allow you to get a title shot without having to play in the tournament. I'm going to sit down with you one-on-one and you get to bask in King Greatness' greatness. But what'd you do? What'd you do after you turned your back on the 3 kings and you made it KSW and friends? You lost. King Pink won his triple threat. Chester the Jester was able to secure the first ever Grand Battle win. The Enforcer was top 8 in every tournament that he played in for the first time ever in any major league tournament. And King Greatness carried an Underworld title match. But what did King Cold do this last weekend? Not a thing. You surround yourself with the bottom tier of friends, and that's what you get. I surrounded myself with KSW, and look at the weekend we had. I'm still disappointed in you, King Cole, because today KSW could have had an event, but where was King Cole? Yeah, TAH's event. Yeah. So, King Cole, you think that your words affect me? No, buddy. And it might be cold, but you're in the back of the line for a title match because forever KSW King Pink got it first. And after I beat him, forever KSW member the Chester has it second. And after I beat him, top 8 all weekend long, the Enforcer gets his title shot. And then you better hope you win the tournament. Any other questions?
I think that has it covered on my end. But I do have a response from Mike Riot himself. He wants to offer his thanks. It was just about respect, and he will answer us back via promo.
Respect's already been there. He already knows this. And let me wrap this up real quick. Because I'm not Shady Jeff. I ain't trying to ramble for 15, 25, 35 minutes. Okay? King Greatness is still the king of this microphone. I had to put a rookie in his place at the gathering. King Greatness still is going to bring the heat every time he jumps on. And I will still represent my KSW brethren for life. Okay? KSW is what you aspire to be. We've already perfected what every other group is imitating. We are the best in the world, period. If you step up, you will be smacked down. If you turn your back, we will turn you around to put you in your place. Bobby, Ohio, what's up? All the way to New Zealand, let's make it sweet ass. And let's make it a worldwide brand, my brother. Respect to anybody who thinks they can stand on this microphone with King Greatness. But, truly, there's no one that can. Because I'm just better than you.
Big words from a big man. Again, this was Russell V. Scoop bringing you the whole effing news from KSW.